Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter. Today we are going to work on a little Valentine's project, and we are going to be using my Cozy Cable Knit digital kit, which is currently on the Maker's Market and on Ko-fi. You can hop on over there and grab it. I am in love with this thing. I mean, I'm not bragging about my digital. I'm just saying I have had so much fun playing with just the simplicity of texture of color. I should say texture and color. And I hope you will enjoy it too. It's very, very fun. And I probably will be using this year round because it's a great background. And I've already got ideas on some other ones that I think will be fun. But I wanted to show you first a few things that I've been making and then what we're going to make today. And I will tell you what you'll need for supplies. After I got done with all of my projects, I ended up, here, I'll just put these aside so you can just focus on one thing at a time. I ended up using every little bit of scrap to make these cute little clusters just out of whatever I had left. And so those were the end of the project. Landon's girlfriend loves tea, and so I'm going to give this to her along. I'm going to somehow put this on our package, but I bought her for Christmas. And we're celebrating Christmas late. So yes, I know you're seeing this at the end of January, but when I'm taping this, we haven't even had our family Christmas yet because we had sickos. We had people sick. So we had to wait till everybody got healthy. But at any rate, I bought her a sampling of tea and a cute real bone china chintz teacup. And so I'm going to put this with it. So that's what that's for. This was just, I think we made this one maybe to, did we make this together? It's just a basic little cluster on a, this was a leftover scrap. Maybe we didn't. This one I just made, but let me see. Let me find the one that we made together. Hello, where is it? Oh, right here. So we made this one together. And this is that really easy pocket. We made this on the, where I did the smash a stack of 12 by 12 paper. I think I'm going to be doing that again too soon. But I don't necessarily love always those sharp points. So I rounded the corners on this one. Maybe I did that afterwards. This one, I tucked these behind it. I have this here so I know that this is an up tuck. Just so it's more like a regular pocket. So there were those. What's this one all about? Oh, this journal card. Nothing to it. But we might keep this for our project today because it might work. This one I think I did this with a leftover. I don't think we really did much together as far as design. We just kind of, I showed you the kit. This is just a folio, but I realized that this was a huge piece of ledger. So I took the edge of it off and turned it into, right now it's just a flip up for journal space, but it could be a notebook. So there was that. I think we'd made the little pocket together. So I had that. This one is just a little bambino, and this is the little lady and her little boy inside of a tire. And that. This I just whipped together. This was some oopsies. So I added a piece of scrap here and just made it so I could put it in a journal and have this be just a flip out for journaling space. We made this envelope together, and we made this cute little sweater together too. Can you guys see okay? Yeah. So those are all the things that I have been making with that, with the addition of, let me make sure, I need to keep that little tag and card there. These two gems. Now these are my adaptation of a project from Sandy at Septeria 18. So I'll just show you what I did. These are just little tiny pockets. You can, I would probably just put them in as extras, maybe as the topper to, when I sold a journal, I would just stick this in and fill it with some of the things from that. Or you could just send this in Happy Mail. I thought because we were using the Cozy Cable Knits that a lamb needed to be on this particular one. That's just a sticker with a little cluster with some of my Kool-Aid dyed paper and a little piece of that ribbon that I recently found. In here, I just whipped up a couple little tags. So there's that one, and there is this one that I just added. The eyelets. I added eyelets on a lot of things today. So there's a pocket here on the back. Did I leave this open? I feel like I left this open to make a... Yeah, so we better put something in there. So that's just a tuck. So this is just Velcroed on. I love using Velcro. You could use a magnet. You could use all kinds of things, but I like the Velcro because I like the sound of it. So you got the pocket there. You open it up, and you have this that flips out. And there's a pocket here, and I just stuck in a little price tag, another little piece that I made, and this little Bonnet Baby playing card, just for some fun. I'm loving these. And I think why I like it is because, you know, I love bright primary colors. I also love pastels, and I've included both of those in this kit. So it's bringing me a lot of joy. This in Sandy's video, she just used an extra piece of vellum, and the other one you'll see I did something a little bit different. And then I added I added an additional pocket. The way that I did this one is basically I had the piece of paper, and then I just folded it up so you could see both sides. So that added 2 more pockets there, and then a pocket here. And then in this last one in the back, I've got some more tags and just a Project Life card. So it's jam-packed full of goodness. I added a little bit of my seam binding that I had done, and that's all there is to it. Now, I know when you're looking at this, you're like, oh, that looks, some of you may be saying, that looks like it's kind of complicated. It's not. I promise you. Let me show you quickly the other one. So this one has nothing on the front. I just left it kind of blank. There's a English translation card. There's this little everyday vibes and a little tag inside of it. I won't pull all that out. In this one, we have some tickets and a little bear playing guitar. I added some just scraps of this rickrack and a little flower. These were, I kept finding these on the floor from when Demi did her little project. So I put them up here, and I've been using them. This one, I added a Project Life card and the vellum. And here I had this. I don't know how this little guy got in my craft room, but it's just a little kind of a lacy poly bag. Not even poly. Anyway, it's a little bag. And I just put that on the front, and then a little playing card, another little tag, and another Project Life card. And I don't think I did anything on the back of this one. Nope, just like that. So that is what we are going to make. They are very easy. What are you going to need? You're going to need a hole punch if you so choose, because I did some eyelets, and you'll want some eyelets. I've got these right here ready for us. So we'll need those a little later. You're going to need glue. You're going to need scissors. You're going to, if you want to make this with my kits, you're going to want to have the Cozy Cable Knit kit, which is on Ko-fi. I'm sorry. Well, it's on Ko-fi and it's on the Maker's Market. The one that is only on Ko-fi is this one. It's the Valentine's. I don't remember what I Should have looked that up before I got on here. This is last year's Valentine's kit. And I think we're going to use some of these little girls and maybe this. I thought about using my antique Valentine digitals, but I think this looks cuter with it. So that's what we're going to go with. So we'll put those aside. I also have, I've got some things to make tags with, because we'll probably make some tags. I've got some things to make banners with. You don't need to have all those things. I just have them out. And then finally, you will also need to have some kind of cutting tool. If it's not, if it is not a scoreboard type cutting tool, not to worry. You don't need a scoreboard, I promise. But I'm going to show you how to cut them down. I am going to show you where to score these. Now, I have to tell you, Sandy does a great job. She always, does score lines and measurements. And a lot of times, some of you have told me when I've done that, it gets confusing a little bit. Sometimes it does. Know that you don't need to use any measurements. You just do your own thing. You can adapt anything that you see here or anything that anyone does to your own liking. And you don't have, if something works for you and measuring is not your cup of tea, don't do it. No, nobody's forcing you. We're not going to make that happen. All right, so what I did do in advance, because I think I shared, I'm just going to show you. I put two of these together. These are two 32-pound pieces of paper together. So they're still flexible. They are not cardstock, but once you put them all together, it gets nice and weighty. Like I said, I think I shared this with you that I kind of learned my lesson. I used to do like, these are already done, on cardstock. Now, they're to be fussy cut or whatever. So, yes, that makes sense. But so are these. And a lot of times, I didn't want to use them as, a cardstock type piece. I see a little white on here. I just want to trim that off. So, it's better for me just to print them on a very high quality. I mean, and the paper I use is not cheap, and it's a great day at the thrift stores if I find some kind of matte printer paper. But I use like an Epson presentation paper, or Kodak makes one, and then print out my patterns or my pages, and then add them to a piece of cardstock if I want. So there's some cardstock if I wanted it. These, I did not print two-sided because I knew I needed them to be a little heavier, so I just glued them together. So that was done in advance. All right, so we have to decide what we're going to use for the outside. And I know I want one of these little girls on here, so I don't think this one's going to be on the outside. That looks fabulous. That doesn't look bad either. Oh, I thought I used a dark. Oh, yeah, and then we've got this one. So I'm going to say it either needs to be the red or the brown. It's Valentine's. As my kids used to say, we're going to go with the brown. Or the red. Okay, so for the base, the first piece needs to be cut. First of all of them are going to be 4 inches wide. So just to give you a visual, this is 4 inches wide. And I will tell you that if you do this with these dimensions, and that's why I decided I'll just do them 7 by 4, because I was able to make both of these out of 3 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. So, and I just wanted, on these, I wanted a lot of variety in color, so that's why I did the 3, but you wouldn't have to. But I'm sticking to what I did on my plan so that you guys can see it as it is. So the first thing we're going to do is cut this at 4 inches. And sometimes this does not, I don't get a cut because I can't see it as well. Because these are like scored. So if you don't have a trimmer, not to worry. Okay, this you're going to put aside. I do also have over here some embellishments, some ribbon, some things we can stick in there. So if you have some things and you're using both of those kits and you want to add some extras, you can get those in advance. Okay, now this this first one that's going to be our base. So it's going to go like this, right? So I want to cut this at, let's do it on the red side so you can see a little bit better. At 7 inches. So your first piece will be 7 inches by 4 inches. So you're just going to cut that down. And we're going to keep this aside. What does this one end up being? This is 4, should be 4 by 4. Yeah. We'll put everything together and we'll decide like how we want it layered up, and we might use this for one of our pieces. Okay, so now this 7 by 4 piece of paper, we're going to want to score it at 2 inches. Here's why. Do we want to score this one at? No, we're scoring this at. No, we don't. We want to score this at 3 1/4 inches, okay? So, jeez, Angela. So I have this little stylus that I'm going to actually use for this one. So at 3 1/4 inches, we're going to do that score. Shoot, did I do that at 3 1/4? I did. All right. And now it's just going to, we're going to fold it. So you want, when you fold it, you want the shorter end to be on this side. So the longer end, leave it out like that. So it will look like that. So this is kind of open. Do you have to? No. You do whatever you want. So your base is done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, now what color do we want to use next? I'm leaving this out because it's kind of nice when you're doing these colors to kind of coordinate where you want the other ones. So the next one we're going to do is going to be this library pocket. And what it does is it flips around to make this first flap. It's just so you can kind of see how we're going to do it. So we're going to cut the piece, we're going to score it, and then we're going to wrap it around. So we need to decide what we want, because see, this, oh my gosh, is going to take up most of that color, isn't it? I think we'll use the pink. Oh, shoot. Well, we're just going with it. I hope you look cute on there, little girl. All right. So this one we need to first of all, of course, trim at 4 inches. Remember, like I said, all of these are going to be 4 inches high. Put this side piece away for your next one. And the library pocket is going to be 5 inches long. All right. Put this aside. We may use it for something. So we've got 5 inches, and then we need to score this on this side, on your 5-inch side, at 2 inches. Because this part is going to flip in right here. Did you even see that? There we go. Ooh, Angela got a little heavy-handed there. Okay. So basically, we're going to fold this like that. And you can use your, back your scissors to kind of put that down, whatever you want. All right. So let's see. Here we go. I kind of want that a little bit. Do I? I want that to show. I guess I can just put it on there like, it's fine like that. So see, do you see here? There's a little bit of space. If I push it all the way up here, then there's only that much. And I kind of like it. I I want it to show like kind of like a page edge, which will be just fine. We can make that. Do I? No. Let's just cut it down. This is just my personal preference. Do the measurements like I said, but I want mine to keep this. We might want to use it. I want mine to not be as big. Just for this one. Because I'm going to put that little girl on there. Somewhere here. All right. Now, I want to use my punch to make the circle or the thumb notch, the little notch to put things in. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I am going to round my corners. And this is because I want that pocket, not the pocket, the flap on the other side. Like this, okay? All right, so we've got 2 down. We have 1 more big piece to go, and then we've got some little pockets. So for this last envelope, the one that's going to go right here, envelope? Goodness gracious, Angela. Piece, it will be a pocket and the flap, okay? Just this part. We'll do this one later. So this piece needs to be 3.5 by 4. So what one do we want to use as coordinating? I like that one. Do I? Well, or do I like this one? No, I think I like this one. All right, so this one is going to be, I'm going to make this go this way. So I'm going to cut this at, just going to bring it in here. Cut this at 4 inches this way. Just because I like the way. Let me see what it looks like if I do it this way. Yeah, I like it better this way. Not that it's really going to matter, but. So this is 4 inches once again. And it's going to be 3.5 inches long. Let me just make sure. Yeah. There we go. 3.5 inches long. Save. All right, now we need to score this one on this 3.5 inch side. And we're going to score it at 1 3/4, basically in half. So see what I'm saying? You don't have to score it. You could just eyeball it, right? Lay your piece out, kind of fold it however you want. You do not have to have all these things. Okay, so far we've got this going here, that's going to be here, and then this is going to go right here, and it's going to cover there. Oh, I like that. Perfect. So I want to round those corners as well, and I'm using this. If you have one of these punches, I don't even, 7 millimeters it says. It's the medium size one. Okay, and then I need a notch here. I like the notches. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I just think it looks cute. All right, so that's going to go in here. We're going to glue it all together, but I'm just kind of showing you so you can see what that looks like. All right, now we need to do some pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this on here for now to keep it together. And then we experiment. And I feel like I want to use this, maybe this I love you. But right now, well, we're just going to cut them both out. See, this is why I don't like to use this one as like always for cutting, because it's hard for me to see if I'm getting this actually straight. But we're going to cut this I love you one out. See what I'm saying right here? I'm going to move that up just a little bit. A little bit more. I don't want to get their little tootsies. All right. So I'm thinking somehow we're going to use this in for one of the pockets. So what this looks like right now is this. And this is what the inside looks like. We open it up. Remember, this is the pink and the brown still. So I feel like we need maybe some of the red. And we have this piece. But this you're not really going to see if we put it on at the very back one. All right, so let's do a pink. So how about this one? So we're going to, you can make these whatever size you want. And if you want an actual size for these, make one at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Make one 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then you'll have two sizes. I don't know that I want mine that size, so I'm going to just eyeball it so that my pockets are a little bit smaller. And and I'm also making sure that I don't butt this right up to the fold. I want it to kind of show here. So I'm just going to go about right here. But again, if you want exact dimensions so that it fits perfectly the way I did the other one, it is 1 at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, 1 at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Now my decision is, do I want it? I think I want it this way, don't I? Yeah. So I'm just going to say right about there, and I'm going to make this, I am going to cut it right on that line so it's at the bottom. And I'm keeping all these little tiny tidbits for right now. Perfect. And I'm not going to put the notches in these yet. So I think, is this going to look okay? That kind of looks like a little much. Okay, but then if I add, okay, let's say I add this. And then I add this. You guys, I'm not loving this. I think we use these for tags and such, and we go with this darker one. And we do it this way. And then maybe we put, I don't know, maybe we do this one instead. Let's get this cut down. So this one I'm going to cut. So it is, oh, that's going to be hard to see, isn't it? Cut it. Oh, I guess I can see it. But remember, if you're doing this to the measurements, this one would be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. All right. Yeah. And then I'm going to cut this one. Just so you can, I just want to be able to see some of that pink underneath it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's yummy. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch both of these at the same time so that they're at the same, approximately, same spot. And these are pretty, I'm making these pretty small. There we go. So we've got those. Now, if we wish to do one more tiny one, we should do, I don't know. I like this like that. Let's not make this more crazy. All right, let's go ahead and cut that piece of vellum. Do I have a piece of vellum? Here, it's down here. I have this one. Let's see if we can make it fit. So all I want is for this to be kind of over. Now, what I could do is cut this down so it just barely goes on there. But we're not going to do that. We're going to take this right here with the tiniest of marks, and I'm just going to score it there. If you wanted to do it by the exact measurements, the vellum should be 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And so you're going to score this on the geez Louise, what am I doing? You're going to score it on the long side. So your 3 3/4, you're going to score it at about, you're going to want a 1/2 inch. But for me, I'm doing it opposite. It will end up being about 3 3/8, and I'm just going to wrap all this around. I mean, what I'll probably do is cut a little bit of it off, but I know this is where I want it folded. And then if I don't want all that extra, I hope that makes sense. Basically, it's the same thing. I didn't want to mess with having to cut a whole bunch of it. So if you do it at 3 3/4, then you're going to score at a 1/2 inch. So that a 1/2 inch is going to wrap around this. Got it? Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this on here. So it's ready to roll. And then I'm going to cut so I can move this piece out of the way. All right, that is done. I want to have a piece. I need a piece for this flap. And I need a piece for my tab. So I'm going to put this like that. It's red on the back. This one could be the tab. And we'll make it brown. So that'll be our tab. I'm kind of thinking I want to do this as the wraparound piece because that will kind of pull it together. And it's lighter colors inside. Because otherwise that red is just kind of, there's not much to it. So I'm going to cut this at, we're going to make this 2 inches. So it's kind of a little bit chunky. So we need a 2-inch piece, and then we'll use this one for a tag, and we can use this one for a tag if we wish. Okay. So we're going to wrap this around. So if you don't have a scoreboard, you can just do this. You could put it kind of where you want it, kind of see where you are, wrapping around wise. Your alternative, if you don't have any kind of scoreboard or cutting utensil, is just to put your ruler where you want it, and then just take something, the end of your scissors, or if you have a stylus or a bone folder, you could do that. So that's as simple as it gets. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right there just to make it so you guys can see. But just eyeball it. It's no big deal. The point of me saying this is that you don't have to have all these tools that I have in order to do the very same thing. There's always an alternative, right? Now, the other thing that you could do if you wanted, before you glue this down, is you could put this on here so it doesn't show on the back. But because I made this long enough, I think, what we'll do is we'll round this corner. And we will put this on so that this is all glued down, but we could still, do we want to do that? Maybe we'll do this one tucked inside. Trying to decide. I don't think so. I think we want it this way. I also think I want it to be kind of like that because I want to put a little girl here. So let's do it on this side. This is where our piece is going to go. And we'll just glue this here and here. And then that way I can have another little, or we could go here and here and do a little tuck. That might pull away a little bit though. We'll just do it. So it could be another little pocket. Just a little baby pocket. All right, now, I want to leave it at just a smidgy away from I'll make sure that's going to be glued down well enough. I want to leave it a little smidgy away from where I actually did my fold so that I know it has room as I fill it up with goodies, right? All right, so that is glued down. Now we need to glue down this. First, we need to glue this to it. And by the way, this vellum is not required. I don't know that this particular vellum that I had, that I really, really love it, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So I just put a little glue on this end, and I'm just going to tuck it down in here. I'm actually going to go down so that that little loop is not there. And then we're just going to glue on 3 sides and stick it right there. All right, there we are. So while I'm gluing this off camera, because I can't see a squat. Oh, I want to move this away too. I wanted to tell you. First of all, I'm going to ask you, has anybody watched the Martha movie? And if so, what did you think? I thought it was really good. But I like Martha Stewart, personally. And I kind of think she got robbed on the whole going to the clink. But anyway, each to their own, right? But if you watched it, what did you think of the movie? All right, so this part is done. It's all in there. We're good to go. Now we got to do this part. So we're going to start by putting, no, we're not. We're going to start by putting this on. So we know exactly how we want it. And again, we're going to do the same thing where we're going to make sure that it doesn't butt right up to it, right? So we only want to glue here on these 3 sides. So I'm just going to lift this up. I'm going to glue it here and here first. And probably would have been smarter for me to not use Fabri-Tac and use the Art Glitter Glue because it's a little more precise, if you will. So we'll do it on this one since I haven't used it this whole time. And all I'm going to do is, I guess it's okay. See if it comes out. Come on. There we go. I haven't used this in a while. There we go. I see a little bit. Yeah, so that was one movie that I watched part of it with Dave quite a while ago, and I fell asleep, which is not unusual. I usually fall asleep at movies, even when I go to the movie theater. So the other night, Landon and I had watched a movie, and I never had the TV on. He was like, all right, I'm done. So he left me, and I decided to watch the Martha movie from the beginning again, because I had fallen asleep, and I really liked it. And the other movie, I loved it. I thought it was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, but it is from my era. One of the GOAT bands, if you will, the greatest of all times, the Motley Crue. The movie is called Dirt, and wow. I don't do well with blood and guts, needles, or anything like that. So there is some of that. There was a lot of looking away, but the story, it was very, very well made. And the casting of it, holy cow, did they do amazing. Great movie. I love this. If I were to do it over again, I would not use the red at all, but we did it. So, all right, this one we're going to use to make a tab to go right there. So we're going to take that, and we're going to make it with this one. So if you've seen that movie, what'd you think? Did you like it? If you were a child of the 80s and 90s, I'm kind of thinking you probably loved it, but I never saw Motley Crue in concert. I didn't go to a lot of concerts. I saw Bon Jovi in 38 Special, and here's how much I didn't know. Which Dave and I found out that we were both at the same concert. Never, our paths were crossing way back way back then, in the very late 80s. So I thought that we were going to see Bon Jovi, and 38 Special was opening for Bon Jovi. Oh no, Bon Jovi opened for 38 Special. So I saw them back when they were nobody. I mean, not nobody, but you know what I mean. There you go. I just think that needed a little bit of oomph because, oops, that didn't get glued. This is just where I put the two together. I must have missed. Right where I punched was a spot where I didn't have glue on it. Okay, let's put our little, how much time? Oh my gosh, I've been gabbing and talking and taking way too long. I apologize. Let's put these on here and get some decor on. So here's my little dots. And, oh, if you were a fan of Motley Crue, what is your favorite Motley Crue song? I don't know if I have. I think the one that, just, gets me up, wanting to, I don't know. Smoking in the Boys' Room was one of their, most popular songs. I love that one. I kind of like them all for all different reasons, Okay, there's that. Let's get something on the front of it. That's all there is to it, you guys. We just finished it. Now all you do is decorate and or add goodies to it. The one thing I want to make sure we do is add one of these pretty little darlings. And I'm thinking it needs to be one of these. So let's cut her. Let's just cut this one. And let's see if I can get this pretty close. I'll let you watch me fussy cut. And I know, I don't like to fussy cut. And part of which I think is really funny that I do this, and I don't know if it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I used to think that the reason I didn't like it is, look how I hold my scissors when I'm cutting like this. So, first of all, sometimes it hurts, but I don't know. That's just the way I hold my scissors. How do you hold your scissors? I'm curious. But I know a lot of you that fussy cut a lot use really tiny scissors. And for some reason, I do use my tiny scissors, especially like if I'm on the road and in the car, that's what I'll use. But I just use what I got. And these are my best ever scissors. They're old. I got them at, did I get them in an auction box or a thrift store? I don't remember. But they're the best scissors I've ever owned. And truthfully, Dave sharpened them, I think, when I first got them, and I've never sharpened them since. Okay, hang on with me here. I'm going to move this for a minute. See, once again, another reason I don't like fussy cutting. All of the work I got to do here. But I want her little legs, this little area cut out of here. Well, this is going to be a long video, so hopefully you comment, especially on your music and movie choices. I love to hear comments. And remember, this year, I am answering questions just once a month on one of my random videos throughout the month. I'll go through and get comments and or questions, and then I'll answer those in a video or live. If I decide to do something live, I'll do it there. So more reason for you guys to say hi, ask your questions. See how cute she is? Oh my goodness. Now, I feel like she needs to be, I have this I love you there. Or I could have her standing on the I love you. Yeah. That's all we're doing. It's going to be that simple. I'm committed to not put this upside down. I am committed to finishing this whole thing. So it's just going to be a long video. That's all there is to it. Do you guys have any Valentine traditions? I'm curious. Very curious. If you watch our live sales, either on, well, you can watch them all on YouTube. That's the way that you can watch them. But you can also watch them on the Makers Market, and that's where we do a sale there. That's where you would go to bid if we're hosting it from the Makers Market. But on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we host a live sale on my channel. And when I say we, that is my friend Sandy and my friend Carol from Crinkled Path. Sandy is Wilhelmina Junk Journals. We're going to put this in because they're little lovebirds. We kind of have a little Norman Rockwell thing going on here. And Carol from Crinkled Path. If you go back, we did a sale, our first one in January, and I brought a bunch of, it's all Valentine's themed, because I had a lot of Valentine's stuff. So, I try to do that. Like, for example, probably won't do, personally, because I don't have a lot of it, but, like, what's that holiday after Valentine's Day? St. Patty's Day. I don't have much because I did bring a little bit of St. Patty's Day on that Valentine's Day sale. But on Tuesdays on this channel, at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can hang out with us. And whether you want to buy anything or not, you can just hang out and have a good time. There's no obligation to buy. The camaraderie is awesome. And that extends to, and that's why I bring up the Makers Market, which go to district.net/Makers Market. The link is in the description. And join, follow. You can chat in the groups. You can do all kinds of amazing stuff with all of the friends there. And it's just a really fun community. And all of my subscribers are amazing. But you know, when you guys show up for those sales, it is, we have new people every single week that join us, and it is just so cool to watch all of you helping one another. You know, if you want to bid or learn how to bid, it's cool. It warms my heart. Well, that's not going to work. This is an index card from like a flippy book. That's going to be way too tall. Isn't it? Well, we're going to leave it that way. It's not that bad. Let's see. Should we put this little guy in here? I just thought that looked kind of cute. She had a little red sweater on, and that's tight. The other thing you can do, and I think Sandy did this, is she made this bigger, this one on top, and then she scored it at 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1/4 inch, mitered the corners, and then that way you could fit a bunch more stuff in it. So good to know, right? That's kind of cute. Or we could go. Oh, that's orange. That looks horrible. Let's just do this. That'll be our third pocket. How about that? But you know, I mean, sometimes the truth of the matter is, sometimes I like to be crafty and just be all alone. It makes me feel good. But then the other times, I spend a lot of time in my craft room alone, and it's just a really fun, it's just fun to be able to hang out and like talk. You guys are chatting, obviously, but you know, just to have those conversations with y'all, I really enjoy it. I'm putting both of these in here because, you know what? I got 2 of them, so why not? Let's tuck this back here. And I feel like one of these little itty-bitty baby ones needs to go in there too. All right, that one's good. Now here, put this in there. One of those cards. We'll put this there. This in there. Cute, cute, cute. What else do I have? I have this Best Yet. I don't think that's going to fit anywhere. Nope. What if? Let's see. We probably need one more thing. Oh, I have this tag. Let's stick that in. Now, let's make sure it goes all the way. There we go. Oh, that looks terrible. Hold on. I don't like that. I'm going to make that go down farther in here. Where do we want it to go? There we go. And then we have this one. Might as well stick it in there too. Look at me just shove it. Oh, no, we're not. Not going to happen. All right. That's all right. The only thing else we need, I kind of want to put this in here too. Will it fit? I kind of like these little, I should have left that as a little spot too. All right. That fits. How about a little, tiny little tag? Itty bitty bitty baby tag. And stay tuned. I'm excited. I believe it's this week. I am announcing a launch of a new, gosh, I hope I can wait this long. Well, I'll do the video. I'm launching a new kit, and I'm going to use this same kit to make another project, and I'm really stoked about it. It's gonna be fun. What's this say? Strong. Those don't even really match. All right, so there we go. All done. Sorry that took so long, friends. I was gabbing along, and I look at all the things that I did not use. But I can make another one off camera. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed the project today. Just a really simple, very fun Happy Mail and or journal project for the Valentine love season. Let me know what your favorite part of today was. And, of course, let me know if you watched either of those movies and your favorite Motley Crue song. I would love to hear. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.